Grizzly fans. We got one more thing to do, Parker, and we got some guests out here on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
In the the shortstop
Let's
hits
go.
second. Jared Dupree, the left fielder, is the number 3 hitter tonight. Victor Barakoto, the first baseman, in the cleanup spot. Adrian Sagasti is catching. He's back off an injury and hitting 5th. Gurley's Rodriguez, the power hitting third baseman, is hitting 6th. Derek Frechette is the designated hitter. He bats 7th. Out in right field, hitting 8th, Alexander Suarez. And Enyesber Severa, the second baseman, is in the number 9 spot. McCade Brown on the hill for the Grizzlies tonight, going through his warm-up pitches. A 2-pitch pitcher. Gets that fastball between 93 and 95 miles an hour. And he has got a devastating curve as he is matched up tonight with Nick Sinicola. 5-5 record for the San Jose starting pitcher. And our pitching matchup is brought to you by Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. on Fox 26. Does a tight pennant battle create a lot more focus among all the players?
It depends. I think a lot of players welcome it. Sometimes it makes them play better ball. Hopefully, they've all got their heads in the game. So I'm sure that they look forward to it. I'm sure professionally in that they don't fear the challenge that lies ahead for them.
Now, in your case, when you were at Spokane in the Pacific Coast League in 1970, was the incentive another week in Hawaii in the playoffs?
It was kind of a vacation.
Set with our first pitch tonight here from Chick-Chancey Park. Glad you are with us. Our first pitch delivered by State Center Community College. Register for classes today. State Center Community College. And you like a pitcher that can get ahead in the count. Now that's something that when Brown is going well, you'll see him do. Pitch misses. Has a very impressive curveball. Control, something that the scouts, at least coming out of Indiana, wanted to see improve, and certainly something that the coaches with the Rockies organization work on. Had a tough go of it in college at Indiana. As we mentioned, he was a walk-on there. Played very, very little in 2019 because of a back injury. And in 2020, of course, all of college baseball was shut down because of the pandemic. It was a third-round selection a year ago by the Rockies. It's a smash right back at him and into center field. And Grant McCray is aboard with a base hit. McCray certainly a threat to run at first base. And the shortstop, Iverson Arteaga, a .260 hitter with 10 home runs coming up. Right-handed hitter. Oh, and Fulford has a terrific arm. Sometimes catchers like to let those speedsters know that they got a weapon back there behind the plate as well. Does it help a pitcher in that situation?
Oh, it definitely does. It definitely does. Sometimes you're only as good as a pitcher as your catcher is. That's why I spend a lot of time, sometimes more than an hour, going over hitters and situations and that before the game starts.
You as a left-handed pitcher, did you put a lot of work into a pickoff move?
Well, I'll tell you what. The one thing that I remember is that during spring training,
Wealth is shutting down.
We used to go over at least 1 or 2 days over at the half field there, and Maury Wills would come over and pretty much pick everybody's pickoff move apart, tell you what he looks for, what your flaws are, and everything else, and it really helped my move as far as being a left-hander, and everyone else too. That was just a wonderful thing that Maury did.
Boy, that would be certainly very productive to have one of the greatest base stealers of all time.
Oh, by all means, he was fabulous. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know there was a game. I don't know if we got him out, but I did pick off Lou Brock one time, and I think he ended up getting to second base. But anyway,
You're saying you picked him off, but the umpires sent him to second base. And down goes Arteaga on strikes. So one down here at the top of the first inning, and that'll bring up the left fielder Jared Dupree, a 3-11 hitter. Dupree, a Bostonian. This is his first full season of minor league baseball. It's a 13th round pick a year ago from Northeastern University in Boston. Big swing and a miss as McCray with a big bluff off of first base. Getting close. So as a pitcher, are you trying to, at this point, with a speedy runner at first, keep the ball down and try to get a double play ball?
That's predominantly what you're hoping for,
Now there goes the runner. Sliced to third. Sam's across the bag, and 2 down. So McCray able to advance to second base, but Barracuda, the cleanup hitter, now comes up with 2 outs. And the Grizzly defenders on the infield are going to swing way over and play Barracuda as a strict pull hitter. Outfield playing him pretty much straight away and fairly deep. But for E.J. Andrews Jr. in center field, he might be hoping nothing is hit to him, because that is the sun field and he's holding his hands up over his eyes. So as a pitcher, are you conscious of that this could be, that a fly ball could be giving your center fielder trouble?
Well, most of the time they should be pretty capable of handling it. So
Throw cut off, and on the base hit, McCray able to come around and score. So Barracuda with a productive out, with a productive at-bat, I should say, singling to center field. And on that single, Grant McCray comes around with a run. Nice first run. And San Jose with a 1-0 lead. And that brings up Adam Sagasti, the catcher. Two down, runner on, run in for the San Jose Giants. McCade Brown. His count even now with a ball and a strike. Sliced back into the crowd. Glad you're with us here on the CW 59. Grizzlies baseball from Chuck Chansey Park. Grizzlies and San Jose Giants. Dan Taylor, Dre Avalos, and the former Los Angeles Dodgers lefty, Bob O'Brien. Well, you're still a lefty. You're just a former Los Angeles Dodgers. Took a little something off that breaking ball, and Sims lets it finally roll foul. That'll certainly, balls like that will give you a little anxiety attack as they roll slowly up the line, and you wonder if they're ever going to hook.
Yeah.
Is that worse on turf or on grass or AstroTurf?
It's probably worse on grass. You know, grass is usually cut pretty fine in that. But you know,
those groundskeepers can get in and do a little extra work.
I tell you.
For the foul ball. McCade Brown having the counter ball and 2 strikes. 2 down here. San Jose has scored first on the base hit by Grant McCray. Went to second on the fielder's choice. Came around on the base hit by the number 4 hitter, Victor Barracoto. In the air to center field. Andrews over. Oh, that ball almost sailed away from him, but he's able to pull it in for the 3rd out of the inning. So San Jose jumps on the board first. Giants up 1-0. At Juan Brito at second base with a double, and they left him stranded. San Jose, their 3rd baseman, Yorlis Rodriguez. He'll be followed by Garrett Frechette, the designated hitter. And the right fielder, Alexander Suarez, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters of the lineup. McCade Brown was first delivery, swung on and missed for a strike. With Bob O'Brien, former Dodger pitcher, former Hoover High standout. And Bob, we were talking about the San Jose pitcher during the break and some of the body gyrations. Is that to fool hitters, or is that just for their own timing?
I don't know. It might be something to loosen the muscles up or something like that. You know, I mean, I always thought, you know, just a regular wind up, and that's all you really needed.
Try to keep the movement as simple as possible.
Yeah. Well, even looking, Clayton Kershaw's got such a strange wind up and stretch and everything else, but successful for him. Quite a pitcher.
One of the best, no question. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rodriguez. McCade Brown with a 2-2 offering. Bounced that ball in front of the plate. So 3-2 count. Second time in the ball game he has gone 3-2 on a hitter. Grizzlies are certainly respectful of Rodriguez's power. He has 10 home runs thus far on the season.
He struck out.
Oh. He thought he had the walk. The Grizzlies asked for the appeal at first base, and Brandon Tipton says no. He went around, so Yorlis Rodriguez goes down on strikes. Second strikeout thus far on the night for McCade Brown, and Garrett Frechette comes up.
There's another total subs prize ball. Take your ball to the courtesy group for a special prize for total subs, and you get to keep the ball.
Pitch way outside for a ball. Grizzlies playing Frechette very, very deep. And they're not playing him to pull. They are playing him a little, well, they're playing him to go the opposite way. Frechette with just 4 home runs and playing for the San Jose Giants thus far this season, a .270 hitter. Middle infielders with their heels on the outfield grass. One thing about your career with the Dodgers, which I found remarkable, was like most draft picks, you started off in short season rookie ball. Had a good year, won 11 games, which is terrific in a 2-month season. And down goes Frechette on strikes. But then the next year, you're all the way up to AAA, and that's just unheard of.
Well, yes, but then again, the Dodgers, they did have a habit of doing that, you know. So I think my success in order to get to AAA in that was I got an opportunity in spring training to go out and play an exhibition game, and you know, and got a chance to show my worth or whatever, and Tommy Lasorda seemed to like what he saw, so he decided to take me to Spokane AAA. So, and it worked out. So.
And you had a 13-3 record, which is just not only making the jump is remarkable, but to have that kind of success. Right to Brito, and 1-2-3, down go the San Jose Giants. So we're going to the bottom of the second. San Jose leads it 1-0. Grizzlies and San Jose Giants. We're now in a 1-1 tie here in the top of the third inning. Giants will have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in their batting order. Agnesber Severa, the second baseman. Then he'll be followed by Grant McCray and Iverson Arteaga.
Leading off the San Jose at the top of the third, second baseman, number 1, Agnesber Severa.
Bob, this past week, the community really lost a giant, someone who meant a lot to you, that you were very close with, and Jack Hanna, who was your high school coach. And he meant so many things to so many people in so many ways. But share, if you will, how Jack influenced you.
Well, as a high school player, just as a young man, Jack was very influential on all of his players, actually students and everyone. He was almost like a second father to me. I really respected and loved him very much, and he had a tendency to bring out the best in individuals, and he was such a great mentor to everyone. Just
He was a tremendous role model. I think the students at Hoover smashed to second base, Brito with it. And Lewis had to make the tag. Bit of a high throw, but the out's recorded. You being a pitcher, you were Jack's first product to reach the major leagues. Ron Dunn, shortstop, was a little bit later in the Cubs organization. Danny Boitano came a few years later, pitched a number of years in the Phillies, Cubs, or White Sox, I should say, Rangers, and then Mike Richard, the Texas Rangers second baseman, a little bit later. So Jack certainly developed from scratch that Hoover program when the school opened. In the air, left field, heading back Kokoska to the track as Abid doesn't come away with it. Andrews having to flag it down as it rolls back in the direction of the infield, and they're going to hold up McCray at third base. Tough one out there as Kokoska unable to come up with it as that ball sailed over his head, bounced off the wall, and at an odd angle for Andrews, got away from him and allowed Grant McCray to come all the way around.
Now batting, shortstop, number 13, Iverson Arteaga.
So Arteaga, the shortstop, now with an opportunity to give San Jose a lead. But you as a pitcher, Jack having pitched at the AAA level in the Braves and Angels organizations, did that help you especially? Did he provide any additional coaching or tips that you reflected on later in your career as being helpful?
Yeah, I mean, as being a pitcher in that, he kind of knew what a thought process was as far as a pitcher. And, like I said, he always, made sure that you didn't get down on yourself and, that you just strive to do the best you can.
That confidence on the mound.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I remember one time playing against Roosevelt, and we were just cruising along for about 6-7 innings, and next thing you know, I give up like 3 or 4 runs in one inning, and there's balls falling off the wall left and right, and he came out and talked to me for a few minutes, and then I got squared away. We ended up winning the game, but we sat in the dugout for probably about 45 minutes, just him and I talking. And, but
tough play there on the infield off the glove of Brown. It's one of those that if Brown lets that go through, it might have been an easier play for Brito, but not enough time to be able to make the play on Arteaga at first base, and it does allow McCray to come in and score the go-ahead run. So Arteaga safe at first base. McCray coming in to score, and San Jose takes a 2-1 lead as Jason Dupree, the left fielder, comes up. So a lengthy talk. Was it constructive?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was constructive. Just trying to get your head straight and, kind of take it in and say, what am I doing wrong? Or, am I thinking too much or whatever? But
there goes the runner. Fulford's throw, and it's high. And Arteaga able to get in and score. Or get in and slide in safely, I should say, with the stolen base. So Iverson Arteaga steals second.
Jack viewed all his players as his kids. So, we all loved him and respected him. So he'll be sorely missed.
No question. Jack did so many things, from coaching and teaching to counseling, and then obviously a wonderful music career in his retirement. And as a baseball guy, he touched a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Breaking ball misses the zone. So 2 down here in the top of the third inning. San Jose has taken the lead. Threatening here with a runner in scoring position off second base. And you can probably hear the crowd wondering where that pitch missed. A few thousand umpires in the stands tonight trying to assist Shinko Jizawa. In the air to center, Andrews started back, now comes in, and he puts it away for the third out. San Jose has a run. They leave a runner stranded, and we're going to the bottom of the third. San Jose up 2-1. And clearly, I guess you'll call it a minor league baseball teaching moment. But it happens in the big leagues.
Yeah, every player has one. So
Brito was around third base when the ball was caught out in center field, and McCray recognized the opportunity for an unassisted double play by a center fielder, and he trotted in and stepped on second base for the third out of the inning. And Sagasti, the Giants catcher, flies out for the first out here in the top of the fourth inning. Brings up Yorlis Rodriguez, the Giants' third baseman. Struck out swinging back in the second. Now, playing for Tommy Lasorda, how did he accept mental mistakes like that? Would that bring out the...
He would probably bring something up that was somewhat sarcastic but pretty funny, so everybody'd have a good laugh, and don't let it happen again, and that'd be the end of it.
No, that's good. That's good. 2 down. 2 very quick outs for McCade Brown as we now turn attention toward the designated hitter, Garrett Frechette. Brown in his 4th inning of work. Grizzlies and San Jose Giants tied at 2 here in the top of the 4th inning from Chick Chansey Park. Brown gets the strike, evens the count at 1-1. Terrific night here, back to school night. Calviva Health giving away 2,000 backpacks packed with back to school items for the first 2,000 youngsters that came into the ballpark tonight here at Chick Chansey Park. Two balls and 2 strikes. Down on strikes he goes. A 1-2-3 inning there for McCade Brown. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's a 2-2 game here from Chick Chansey Park. The way this will work, if the Grizzlies should also win the second half, well, then it becomes the team with the next best record in the division that Fresno will meet in the playoffs. Otherwise, it's the team that would win the Northern Division in the second half, and you'd have a division playoff series, 3-game, best of 3, between the winners of the first and the second half. Likewise, down in the South, Lake Elsinore was the winner of the Southern Division first half title. Inland Empire is currently leading the second half. So the two winners would play, or the first half winner, should they win it again, play the team with the second best record. So those will be best of three, and then the division series winners would meet for the league championship series, also a best of three. And of course, we will be back with you in 3 weeks when the Grizzlies come back home. And they'll be facing the Stockton Ports on August 27th, right here on the CW 59. Not only will we be back with you, but have a lot better picture of the way the playoff battle is taking shape. Because Alexander Suarez, the right fielder. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Suarez, who's going to step out. Did that drive you crazy, guys stepping out? Did they do that at that time? Has that been more of a recent phenomenon?
Well, they step out. I mean, you know, the umpires keep the game going, you know, pretty much.
He's shaking that hand.
Of course, nowadays, especially in the big leagues, I mean, they've got not only to have batting gloves, they dug on wrist armor and elbow armor and shin armor and adjusting every pitch, and that seems like it just takes forever to get ready.
Well, as you're looking at Alexander Suarez being attended to by the San Jose Giants trainer, probably wishes he had some armor on the back of his left hand, because it appears he took that McCade Brown pitch. Waiting to see if he's going to head to first base and be able to continue in this game, or whether the Giants will have to replace him with a pinch runner. Now he's now moving in the direction of first base. So Suarez taking first base after being hit by the pitch. Yeah, this is the third time in 5 innings that San Jose has managed to get their leadoff hitter on. Of course, the other times have been with base hits. This with a hit by pitch. Drive to right field. That's going to be a base hit, maybe more. Suarez, though, as Fernandez comes up with it. And I have to think that news of Fernandez's throwing arm has made its way around the league in scouting reports, and they were not willing to take a chance and try and advance another base on him. So Severa with a base hit to right field. And the Giants have 2 on with nobody out. And we go back to the top of the Giants batting order and Grant McCray. McCray singled in the first, tripled in the third. Brown coming in tight, goes to the screen. Base runner is able to advance 90 feet. So Suarez moves to third base. Severa down to second. And Brown certainly trying to pitch his way out of trouble here. Wild pitch, the official scorer's ruling on that last one that sent Suarez to third, Severa to second. So 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out, and the dangerous Grant McCray at the plate. Foul ball. You wonder in this situation, do they just walk him or pitch around him?
And probably maybe pitch careful, and even if you walk him, it sets up a force at any bag. So
2 balls and a strike, the count to McCray. 2-2. Fouled off again. He's wearing out the base runners.
Yeah.
Brown took quite a bit off that pitch, a 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Fulford wanted the appeal. He did not get it, and it's a 3-2 count. So McCade Brown trying to pitch out of a jam. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Grant McCray, one of the top hitters in the league, at the plate. Count remains at 3-2. Iverson Arteaga next in the on-deck circle. He singled his last time up, which brought McCray around with San Jose's second run of the ball game. The base hit here could really break things open for the Giants. And just over the leaping Brito at second. One run comes in to score. They are not going to test Fernandez's throwing arm, and they will keep Severa at third. But the Giants take the lead on the base hit by Grant McCray. So runners now at the corner. Severa at third base, McCray at first. Nobody out. And Mark Brewer, the Grizzlies pitching coach, is going to head out to the mound to have a chat with Iverson Arteaga. They are now signaling down to the bullpen to get somebody warmed up. There's a legendary story, Bobby. We chatted about it before the game, but a legendary story that's been in publications about a visit Tommy Lasorda made to the mound to you in Spokane and made him believe he could motivate. You want to share that story?
It's well documented. It's in the Chicken Soup for the Baseball Fan book. We were in Tucson, and I was cruising along, and then all of a sudden, we got a couple guys on, and I gave up a couple runs. We still had the lead, and Tommy came out. And he sat there, and he goes, Baby Robin, because that was my nickname. He says, Baby Robin, if the sky opened up and the big Dodger in the sky said, this is the last hitter you're facing on earth, you're going to the big leagues in the sky, how would you want to be remembered? And I said, well, I want to be successful. And he goes, say, get this guy out. He no sooner crossed the baseline. I gave up a double. We lost the lead. He come out to take me out, and he goes, Baby Robin, what the heck happened to you anyway? And I didn't have a response other than I told him, I said, Tommy, you had me so afraid of dying I couldn't concentrate.
Runner goes. Fulford's throw is going to be high. And Grant McCray steals the bag. Grizzlies took a gamble by throwing down, but Severa was not tempted to leave the bag at third base. So that takes the force away, puts runners at second and third. Slap toward third base, Amador to Lewis. They get the out, but not before another run crosses the plate. So San Jose takes a 4-2 lead as McCray moves over to third base. And Jared Dupree, the left fielder, comes up. Grizzlies getting some activity going in their bullpen. Into right field, base hit. That's going to bring another run around to score. McCray coming in. It is now a 5-2 ball game as San Jose has scored 3 times here in the inning.
Three of those hits look almost identical.
Indeed.
Just over the second
you're right.
base.
You're right. I don't know what you thought, but Amador came running into the bag at second base.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was he was just trying to fool the runner and keep him close to the bag, or there was a pickoff play called, but Brown didn't throw back and threw the pitch instead with Amador Pretty much standing on the bag, leaving that left side of the infield wide open.
He probably should have stepped off, but
chopped foul at the plate. So the Giants with 3 runs in on the inning. Then Jared Dupree at first base with only 1 out. Victor Barracoto, the first baseman, their cleanup hitter.
he's got a pretty good lead there at first base, too.
Takes something off the breaking ball and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fulford asks him to check. It is ruled to swing. And Brown has his 2nd out of the inning. Big strikeout for McCade Brown. So 2 down, and Adrian Sagasti, the catcher, coming up. Flat out to center field in the 1st inning, flat out to right field in the 4th. And Brown ahead of the count, trying to work his way out of a big jam here. Gets the strike. Giants have scored 3 times in the inning. On 3 hits and a hit batter. There goes the runner. Slapped toward third. Amador, strong arm, and that's the inning. Grizzlies get out of it, but not before the Giants score 3 times. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. 5-2 San Jose.